Hi everyone, my name is Kuha. Um, I will be your instructor for this HR analytics project, which is a hands-on project that we have prepared for you to really apply what you have learned so far in data analytics and apply to some of the real projects. Through this project, you will learn how to start from the beginning, start from the scratch by importing a data into the Jupyter Notebook, and then use various tools to clean, analyze the data, and then create some visualizations to present to the company stakeholders. And finally, draw some actionable conclusions and recommendations for the leaderships. Through this project, you will learn a various process that is commonly used in the data analytics. Not just that, you will learn how to deal with some of the edge cases, as well as how to best present your data visualization so that non-technical, cross-functional stakeholders might be able to understand what you're talking about, and then you could have as much impact as possible. This is pretty core process when it comes to data analytics. And keep in mind that all the functions, not all the functions that you've learned will be applied here. Neither all the functions that I'm going to be going over, you have already learned. But it's more of real world project that you'll get to really learn and experience to understand what is it really like to run data analytics using some of the real world like data. So we're going to be going through these steps. First, we're going to learn how to do a data import. We're going to be importing our data from a CSV file into the Jupyter Notebook. And then we're going to be exploring the data through the process called EDA, exploratory data analysis, which is a crucial step in understanding what kind of data that we have and how to pre-process and clean the data to make a best visualization. And as I said, we're going to be processing, cleaning data to best prep for the insight building and visualization. And then we're going to be using some visualizations tool to build nice plots and charts so that you can easily share these plots and charts to other stakeholders. And then from this plots, you can draw a nice conclusion and recommendation for the leadership. So the first step is to import the data. We're going to be importing data from your local repository into the Jupyter Notebook. And I have listed here some of the most common file formats that you can import and the corresponding functions. So for example, one of the most common file format that we use is CSV file. CSV file stands for comma separated file, which means each of the inputs are separated by comma. And there is a function within the pandas called pd.readCSV, which automatically translates that comma separated format into the data format that you can easily digest and use. Similarly, we can also do the same process with Excel file by using read Excel. And if you have other formats like JSON or HTML, you can also do that. And if you're also dealing with some other data format, I'm pretty sure there is a pre-built library such as these already exist. So you can just Google search or use the tools to find out which function would be appropriate for that file. But for today, we're going to be focusing on CSV file, which again is the most common file. So I already made a pre-template for this project. So I already have some of the core libraries here to play with. I have NumPy, which is a core libraries where we use to calculate. And we have Pandas, which is a library that is super useful when we're doing data analytics. It creates a data frame, and it comes with a bunch of functions that is very useful in data to analyze data. These two libraries, Seaborn and Matplotlib, are two commonly used tools to plot out the data. Matplotlib, I would say, is more of a default when you try to plot anything in the Python. However, there's more fancier version called Seaborn, which is more again, like, has more complex and more user friendly functions to it, and it usually outputs more prettier plots. So we're going to be using both in this case because you will most commonly use both interchangeably. So the first step is to import the libraries, and I'll run it here. And then next, I will run these functions, read CSV, which I already talked about, to import the CSV files. So we have 3 CSV files here. We have 2 more that we're going to be covering later, but for now, let's focus on these 3. We have employee survey data and manager survey data and general data. I also provided you with a Excel file that lists more context behind each of the columns listed here. But let's take a look by importing these files. So I ran that query or code, and we can first quickly take a look at the file using the head function. So if you use a head function, it will display the first 5 rows of the specified data frame. You can see that it's already showing the first 5 rows along with the columns. So you can see there are 4 columns here: employee ID, environment satisfaction, job satisfaction, and work-life balance. You can see that employee ID, he's here, which we know that it is a unique ID given to each of the employee. And I do see the different scores or survey results, which specifies whether the user liked the environment, work environment, was user or the employee was satisfied with their job, and do they have a good work-life balance. Here, the higher the score, the better it is. For example, if you have a score of 4, it means you have a better work-life balance than score of 2. So now let's take a look at the DFM, which is manager survey data, see what that shows. So here we have a similar format of employee ID and also job involvement and performance rating. And this is most likely the survey that manager gave out to the employee on how they're performing and also how involved they are with the job. And lastly, we have the general data.csv, which is imported into df general variable. So if we take a look here, this is actually a much larger data set. It has, it's currently only showing 5 rows, but it has 24 columns. And this 24 columns all describes the employee. It's basically an attribute of the employee. And we see here attrition, which is like a target variable or target feature that we're interested in. Attrition is equals to yes, then we know that the employee has left the company. If it's equal to no, then the employee has stayed with the company. And this is a core output that we're interested in. And the goal of this project is to understand, okay, we have this different data set that describes the employee. We have this employee survey data, manager data, and overall general attributes of the employee. And can we find any patterns or significant insights we can draw from here to recommend to the leadership of the company, hey, we noticed that most of the employees who left shows this kind of patterns or this kind of attributes. Therefore, we should do X, Y, and Z. So that is our end goal. And That is our end goal. So let's dive into it.